Hello YouTube. Well, I am Peregrine Whitestreak and this is my YouTube channel. So today we will be making a tier list of Borussia Dortmund players for the first half of 2021-2022 season. So this is basically what we will be doing. So please, first of all, these are my opinions and I have watched every single game of Borussia Dortmund this season. So if you don't agree with my takes, please let me know in the comment section below, and also you can create your own tier list. I have linked this tier list in my description for this video. You can check it there. So let's start with the tiers. So first we have undrawable tier. This is basically for all the players who have performed exceptionally well when they are fit and they are undrawable basically. So next up we have important tier. This tier is for basically those players who have played really well and haven't been at the same consistency as the players in undroppable tier, but are really close to be undroppable. So those players will go in important tier. Next up is good tier. So in this tier, I'll be putting the players who have played decent for us and have showed something that they have something to give to this team, and they can improve and they can be undroppable, but they need to improve their consistency. Or this tier would have those players who haven't played that much, and when they have played, they have been good. Next up is mediocre tier. This is basically what the average performance a player should have when they play for a title contender like us. And after that, we have underwhelming tier. As the name suggests, this is for all those players who haven't been particularly well for us this season, and they aren't performing on the same level as they should perform uh, to play for a title contender like Borussia Dortmund. So those players will go in this tier. And then we have injured or didn't play much tier. So this is basically all those players who either haven't played that many games or haven't played a single minute for us, either due to injuries or some other things. So that is the injured or haven't played tier. Uh, so these are the tiers which we will be using. So let's get to the first player, Manuel Akanji. I mean, Manuel Akanji is literally, I think, in my opinion, he's the best center back we have right now. He is fast. He is good defensively. He is particularly good at tracking back, and he is the only fast center back we have. I mean, Akanji is the player we want, and he's undroppable. Nothing other than that. We have no other option. I mean, he's out with surgery and he's recovering, but he's still important. Next up is Julian Brandt. Yeah, this one is a little difficult because Julian Brandt has been hot and cold for previous seasons, but this season he have improved considerably. If you check his recent performances against Bayern Munich, he was the one player who was creating chances and even scoring goals. He has been really performing very well. His form is improving day by day. I think he should be, yeah, he can be enjoyable, but yeah, he did have those horror moments against Hertha. So for now, I will be putting him in the important tier. That's it. Next up, we have Roman Berkey. I mean, you all know that Roman Berkey isn't playing for us. He has to go in, haven't played much here. He has been linked with Saint Etienne. He might move this uh, in this window, in January 2022 window, but he won't play any more games for us. He's probably fourth choice keeper for us right now. Yeah, he was great for us in the past, but it's sad to see him at this point of his career. So yeah, we need much more solid keeper than Romuki right now. So I think he goes there. Uh, I don't have anything else to add. So yeah, that's it for Romubuki. Next up, we have Emre Can. So Emre Can is a versatile man. He's the player we need right now. Uh, we need a lot. Yeah, he's the better center back than Axel Witsel. He's extremely important. His versatility is very important for us, and we need him. We need him to perform as well. I mean, he has that he has something special in him, but I mean, yeah. For now, I would put him at important tier. Next up, we have Collins and Koulibaly. Yeah, both these guys are very young, and I think Collins did play a few preseason games for us, but he hasn't played that many games for us this season, so I would put him at injured or hadn't played much tier. And Koulibaly, as we know, he was injured and he was he was in rehab with Zagato. So for now, I think injured or hadn't played, he is good for both these guys. Uh, that's it. Next up is Erling Haaland. Yeah, man, he's the number one player in the team. He can score from anything. He is the heartbeat of this team. He can score goals. He can create goals. He has been in fire for Dortmund. I mean, we need him extreme. We need him to perform in every game, man. He is extremely important for us. He's undeniably in Undrawable Tier, yeah, and the number one player in our team sheet. That's easy. Most of you would agree with me in this. So that's it. So he would go in Undrawable Tier. Next up is Gio Reyna. Yeah, Reyna was in good form by at the start of the season, but yeah, he was injured in the international break. Yeah, he did score a few goals. He did assisted a few goals, but I think yeah, he haven't played that many games for now. I think good tier would be enough for him. He can easily be an important tier. Yeah, that's true, but we need to see him perform, and that would be a little difficult with the form Brandt is in and uh, Thorgan Hazard is also in a great form. But let's see, we need him to perform. If he can perform, I mean, it's not set in stone that Julian Brandt is better than him, but he can improve and he can take a spot in undroppable tier. Then by the end of the season, for now, good tier is okay for him. Next up is Mats Hummels. I mean, Hummels haven't been the same player ever since he returned from Euros. Yeah, he was injured a lot. He didn't play any preseason games. I mean, he was good by the tail end of the last season, and he was good in Euros as well. Yeah, and there was a tweet recently from a BVB fan page, I think, where they said that he has fully recovered now. Uh, but let's see if he can improve his performances. But it didn't look like in the recent games against Hertha and Frankfurt. So for now, I think for Hummels, he should perform a lot better. And the game against Bayern was miserable, man. I think mediocre would be enough for him. Even underwhelming could be good, but I mean, yeah, I love Hummels. He has played a lot of games for us. There's a respect for him, so he can perform better. I would put him at mediocre tier for now. Next up is Jude Bellingham. Man, this guy is awesome. His work rates are amazing. He has great passion for the club. He has great work rates. I think he's one of the most hardworking player we have. And yeah, he celebrates with all of the friends, all of the players, and with the fans. He's fan favorite, man. I think he's the one of the most loved player of Borussia Dortmund. Fans love him. I think there's nothing wrong there. He's extremely well. He has performed all the time. Yeah, there were a little bit disciplinary issues this season. The referee against Bayern we know that what happened there, and he was suspended for a game just before Christmas break. I think he should go at Undrawable Tier, probably one of the best players we have, and he has great future, man. I love him. He's performed a lot. Next up, we have Ansgar Knopf. And Ansgaard he had an happy birthday. He has a birthday a few days yesterday. So he's turned 20, but I don't know what's happening with him. I think Mark Rose isn't showing him that trust which he need. So for now, I think and the games he has played, haven't been that good. He haven't been that great as he was in last season. For now, I think underwhelming is good for Ansgaard. I think that's enough for him for this season. I think he can improve. And I don't know if Mark Rose would give him more chances, but that's it. Next up is Kobel. Yeah, Kobel would go in Undrawable Tier. Yeah, he has solved the goalkeeping issues we have last season. He is extremely solid keeper. I mean, he has saved us a lot of times. Yeah, but he need a better defense in front of him as well to help him a little bit more. For now, I think he's number one um, player in a team for the goalkeeping spot. And he's undroppable right now. If he's fit, there is no reason to play any other goalkeeper in place of him. That's it. Next up is Donald Mullen. I will put him at good tier. I mean, he has been scoring a decent amount of goals recently. He scored back to back in I think December. He scored back to back. He did score against. I think he did score against Hertha. He has been improving a lot, but the start of the season wasn't that great. But he's improving. I think good is where he should be right now. He has performed a lot. He wasn't that great in the first half against Frankfurt, but in the second half, he did show his run. Uh, and I think good is great year for him right now. I think he can improve more. He can become important, but for now, I think good is enough for him. Next up is Marco Reus. Yeah, Marco Reus is a very important player for us. I mean, we don't have. He's such a clever player. He's a clever forward. His clever passes are very, very much important for our team, and his creativity is extremely essential for attacks. When I think there was a game where he didn't play, and that game was awful. Man, we couldn't attack. So for me, Marco Reus has to be undroppable. Yeah, he didn't play that well against Frankfurt, but on the second half, he did pass. He did create a opportunity for a Haaland, which he then assisted to Thorgan Hazard. So I mean that was a good moment in that game. He didn't improve in that game, so I would put him at Undrawable Tier for now. I think he deserved this. He's captain. He has performed a lot for this team. Next up is Hitz. I mean, Hitz did had some chances this season. He did play for a few games, but yeah, he was mediocre at best. I mean, he did concede a lot of goals in the games he played. I don't think he has been anything better than what he was last season. I mean, he regressed a little. I mean, that's because he hasn't played that many games. For now, I think underwhelmed tier might be okay, but I think I would put him at mediocre. I don't think. I think he's done enough to justify mediocre. I mean, that's it. He hasn't been that dreadful. Our whole defense has been dreadful, but when he played, he wasn't that dreadful. Yeah, he did save a few shots, but that's enough. Yeah. Next up, we have Mohamed Daoud. I mean, Daoud was injured a lot this season. He hasn't played that many games, but he did show that he can perform for us. I mean, he did score that important goal against Frankfurt, man. That was very important. We need to win those games where Bayern drops, and we need to pick up those points. Though that goal was extremely important, man. Mohamed Daoud's goal was important, but he haven't been the same player he was by the tail end of the last season. He has that something special in him. I mean, he has to go at important tier. I mean, he can be undroppable, but he has to play a lot more. He has to be a lot more consistent, a lot more disciplined, and that's all. I think he was great against Frankfurt in second half. He and Emre Can, I think they are very underrated in in dribbling. I mean, they both dribble very well. For me, I think they are the best dribbler in a team right now, other than attack. Next up is More. I mean, he's injured. We do need him to come back. We need that depth in right back position because we need him. Next up is Mokoko. I mean, he haven't played that many games. I think he did assisted to Tigges against Hertha. I mean, that's the only contribution I can remember of him. I don't think any other game where he played and did something. Yeah, he has been. Yeah, he's very young. I don't know, man, how he's dealing with the pressure of being hyped so much. I mean, he was everywhere in the news when he broke the youngest and Bundesliga player record last season to score, and youngest player to ever play for any Bundesliga team. Bundesliga changed their rules for him. I mean, I think underwhelming would be right for him because we need a lot more from Mokoko, but I don't know, man. For now, he hasn't been the same. He hasn't been able to be play that many games because of injuries and all. So for now, I think underwhelming is good uh, here for him. I don't think he deserved to be mediocre because he hasn't played that many games, man. That's all. Yeah, and whenever he has played, he haven't been that great. I mean, he haven't been even the same quality he was last season. Next up is Thomas Munir. I mean, we have to respect Thomas Munir, man. He was dreadful last season, really awful. He wasn't doing anything. His attack, when he was going forward, he wasn't that great. When he was defending, he was passing to oppositions. I don't know what was wrong last season, but I think he has adapted well, and we have to respect that. I think he's very important for us. He provided, I think, 4 or 5 assists in Bundesliga, which is amazing. His crossing has improved significantly. His attacking play is important. He has improved a lot, but we need his defensive output also to improve. So for now, I think important is enough for him. Next up is Nico Schulz. I mean, there were signs that he would improve, but yeah, he was playing decent in the start of the season. Was playing well against smaller sides, uh, but he was decent in preseason. I think he was getting used to the team chemistry and all. We need a proper solid left back in case Rafael Guerrero is injured. I mean, he was supposed to be the one to be the starting left back for us, but man, he hasn't been up to that. He hasn't played well for us. He was awful against Sporting. I mean, they targeted him throughout the match. That was a big blow when it was announced that Rafael Guerrero, just before the match started, that Rafael Guerrero won't be playing and we have to replace Rafael Guerrero with Schulz, and he was then substituted out for Amichan. I mean, underwhelming is where he should be. I don't think anyone would disagree with that. Next up is Paslak. I mean, Paslak has been awful this season. We needed him to perform when Thomas Munir was injured. Man, he was dreadful in attack and defense. Every opposition exploited us from his side. We conceded a lot of goals, and I mean, our whole defense deserved to be underwhelming. To be an underwhelming tier, to be honest. But compared to others, he has been the worst. I think. I don't know what it is, but I think he deserves to be an underwhelming tier. Next up is Prongracic. I mean, I may have pronounced his name incorrectly, but please forgive me. For me, Prongracic has been mediocre at best when he have played. Uh, I don't think of. I don't know if he has performed well in any games. He was decent on his debut match, uh, but he hasn't been consistent enough. Haven't played that many games. Marco Rose did bring him in. We thought we had a good centre back. I mean, I would put him somewhere in between mediocre and underwhelming, but I think underwhelming is where I should put him right for now. I don't know. I don't think he deserved to be in mediocre right now because at least Hummels have played more games than him and have been a little better than Pongacic. Not a whole lot. I mean, he's on the top of underwhelming tier for me right now. Better than the other guys in this list. Uh, for me, he's here. Underwhelming would be enough. Next up, we have Renier. Renier, I mean, he has to go in underwhelming. He hasn't played that many games. I think he did score for us, but I mean, you have to be better. I don't think he was the player we needed. We don't need that many attacking talent. At the time when we got him for loan from Real Madrid, I don't know, man. His loan move hasn't been successful. I don't know. and I don't think any manager put faith in him. I don't know if he could have done better with us, but yeah, I don't think we can put him any in any other tier than underwhelming right now. Next up, we have Rafael Guerrero. I mean, Rafael Guerrero has been a little frustrating this season. I don't know what's happening with the medical staff. He was injured when the season started, and then he came, and then he got injured again and again. He hasn't played that many games, but he did score a few bangers at the start of the season. I don't think he has played up to the level of being important to the squad up till now. I think good is enough for him. He has to play more, man. Next up is Schmelzer. He's a legend, but he hasn't played a game in 2 years, so we have to put him in the injured tier. Next up is Tigges. I mean, Tigges have been better than Mokoko in my opinion. He has been better than Mokoko. He has scored twice, I think, in Bundesliga, which is decent. I mean, he haven't gotten that many opportunities, but he haven't disappointed that much. I mean, what can you expect from Tigges? I mean, he wasn't that great at the start of the season, but he has improved recently, so I think mediocre is enough for him. I think he can improve a lot, but we need a substitute like him right now. I mean, he's better than Mokoko right now at the moment for the team. If we compare the performances of both, we need a tall man because he's good in air. We have a different option, so I think he should be there. Next up is Toby Rashford. Yeah, I think he should go at not having played that many games for first team. I think that's where I would keep him. Nothing much to say about him. He haven't played that many games. What can we say? Next up is Thorgan Hazard. I mean, Thorgan Hazard have been injured a lot. He was in great form in Euros. He did score against Frankfurt, man. That goal was very important to start a comeback. I mean, whenever he plays, I mean, I have faith in him. I really like Thorgan Hazard. I think he can be extremely important for our team. But his injuries, man, those are very frustrating. You can't rely on him for more than, I think, 20 or 30 minutes in a game. That's pretty sad, man. I want him to succeed more, but to be fair, he's on good tier on the same level as Rafael Guerrero. Both these guys haven't played that many games. I mean, they both are important. They both would improve this team a lot, but we need to see what happens in the second half of the season. For now, I think both of them deserve to be in this good tier. I think they can improve, but the thing is they have to stay fit. That's all for me. Thorgan and Rafael Guerrero would be in good tier. Next up is Axel Witsel. I mean, Axel Witsel and Delaney partnership was amazing in 2018-19 season, man. That was a great season for our team. We should have won the title, but what can we say? He just fell at the wrong time. I mean, you have to say he has been underwhelming. His performances as centre back against Hertha was very poor, man. I don't know if that was the right choice by Mark Rose. I think Emre Can would have done a better job as centre back than Witsel, and he did take him out at the end of the match. Near the end of the match, I think he took Witsel out. I don't know, man. He's the same player he used to be. Many people hate him right now in the community. I don't know. I don't hate him. I think his time is up. It's sad to see. He was amazing for us in that season. I mean, you have to agree. So, guys, you can check this tier list in the description. So please let me know where I am wrong. Which player should be better than what I have ranked them. Please let me know in the comment section below. Next up is Wolf. I mean, Wolf has been he's extremely versatile, man. He has to go in good tier. What game time he have had. I mean, he has performed better. He have played as right wing, right mid, left mid. He has played as right back as well. He has played as left back as well. He has played all over the place, man. He's extremely important for us. I mean, as a substitute choice because we can use him anywhere. He have performed well. I mean, his next up Zagato, I think mediocre tier. He did play recently, did play few games, but I don't think he was that good or that bad. Nothing to say anything more or anything less about him. I mean, that's the tier list. I think I don't want to change it a lot now. I think that's the list which I would be going for. You can, yeah, please subscribe and please like this video, and I would be bringing more content in upcoming weeks, and let's see what we can do. So please let me know in the comments below where you would put these players. Thanks.